Hi everyone, it's Goldie. I have a haul for you today. It's a crafty haul, but it's not exactly a paper haul. So, yeah, my husband was giving me a bad time about cake decorating and some things like that. And, you know, that typical, how come you never make me a cake and that sort of thing. And I told him I used to decorate cakes like how Wilton used to do it. Yeah, love the shadow. Like the shadows? Told him how Wilton used to do it, and because we go into Michael's all the time, he sees that. So he was giving me a bad time, and he's like, oh, you should go take one of those classes. And I was like, okay, fine, maybe I will. And he knows I used to decorate cakes back in the day, but never Wilton. So I told him, have to have a few things. So that's what today is all about. So I bought some spray and seal. This is the crumb sealing spray, and what it does is it keeps you spray it on your cake. Takes just like a light little spray. You throw the cake in the refrigerator for about 3 minutes and you have no crumbs in your icing, so you don't have to like ice twice basically. And this stuff is really, really nice. And yeah, this one can, I believe, $6.99 or something like that. But it will ice, or it'll seal 10 8-inch 2-layer cakes. Yeah, spit that out 5 times fast. 10 8-inch 2-layer cakes. It'll do that many cakes. So for $6.99, that's really not bad. And it also says watch a video demo here. So you can actually, like, if you have that on your phone, watch a video to see how it is that works. I've used this before and I absolutely love it, and it definitely saves time when you're decorating a cake. Now, all of these things that I'm showing you were 30% off of their original price because I had a coupon off my 30% off my entire purchase. So there. Meringue powder. This is great for you to make buttercream and all that good stuff. You can actually use it like when you're doing other baking or cooking or anything like that. You can use it as an egg white substitute for anybody who's like allergic to eggs or things like that. So, but this works really, really good for that. And this is the 4-ounce can, and it was, where is it? $5.99. So like I said, 30% off of that. I also got some clear piping gel. Yeah, piping gel is fabulous. You can actually use it just as it is, and even though this is clear, you can add color and do stuff with it, or you can actually add it to your buttercream to make your buttercream a little bit softer or whatever if you're just not able to get your consistency the way that you like. But piping can be used for all kinds of things. So like that. Let's see. Yeah, hubby added this to the list. Makes me laugh. He actually went and bought this and this himself while I was picking up everything else that I wanted, because he knew for a fact he was going to make sure that he had chocolate frosting and white frosting. He didn't want anything else. So I was like, okay, fine. So I'm not even sure how much those were because he went and got them. The piping gel was like $4.29. That, and because I bought these colors. Now you'll notice this is the garden colors set, and I am so sorry about the shadow, but buttercream yellow, delphinium blue, aster mauve, and juniper green. And these are the little 1/2-ounce jars of their frosting, of their icing colors. So these are the small ones, but they still fit in like the little containers that everybody uses for like the big 1-ounce ones. So yeah, apparently he didn't want garden colors because he had to have chocolate and white. So there's that. But the icing colors in this set, and it does come in a few other sets as well. This set was $5.49. So when you're making buttercream and doing other stuff, you need water and whatnot. Wow, focus. Okay, there we go. So these are the squeeze bottles. And if you cannot find these with the cake decorating stuff, because on occasion they're not with the cake decorating things, and if like me, it had to say Wilton, you want those, you need to look in the candy aisle. So over on the other side where the candy stuff is, you can usually find these. And these were like, where are you? $2.49. And the only reason why I'm laughing is because I'm still thinking of the look on my husband's face when he was like, I don't want garden colors. He's like, I need chocolate. So it just made me laugh. Oh my goodness, that was a riot. And because, you know, we're going to be making messes and doing things, I had to have extra icing bags. So, decorating bags, here we go. Lots. We've got 100 of them, and they are the disposable ones. So, this is this pack was $19.99, I believe. Yeah, $19.99 for 100. I had a 50% off coupon, so I used it for this, and so paid like $9.99 for that for 100 bags. Cannot beat that with anybody's Sharp Stick anywhere. So there's that. And when you're icing and doing different things and whatnot, and you just don't have the time, or you don't want to take the time to clean out a featherweight bag, you use these. Super fast, super easy. I've even heard people actually rinse these out and reuse them. I don't know that I would do that, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And these come in smaller packages as well. And, like I said, 12-inch disposable decorating bags. So, there's that. And speaking of featherweight bags, I wanted a good-sized bag, so I got this 16-inch one. And it is super soft, which is really nice. And that's what one wants when you're decorating, because the stiff, non-Wilton bags are just really hard to work with. And these are extra reinforced down here at the bottom because you're going to need to trim that off. But that said, it works great with these. You don't have to use a coupler if you don't want to. You can, but it's designed so that you don't have to if you don't want to. And when you're using the big tip, and this one is $7.89, and that's the number, not the price. If you're using this big tip, they're hard to work with, and obviously do not fit in a coupler. So, but super, super easy with this particular bag, and it works perfectly. So I really like that. I haven't had one of these, and in my other video when I said, you know, the weather was nasty, so we were just going to bake some cakes. I hadn't gotten that far yet, but now I can. I've got all this stuff. I have no choice now. I must bake a cake. So instead of just teasing my husband and saying, yeah, I used to do that all the time, now I have to, like, suck it up and prove it. So there's that. And because my husband is definitely all about the tools, and as bad a way as I am, he says, oh, don't forget this. So the Ultimate Cake Leveler, and this is the one that will cut up to a 16-inch cake, and it's got the risers on it, which is really, really nice. So I went ahead and got it. This was actually $24.99, and I got it for 50% off, so a whopping big $12.49 that I paid for that. But I'm really happy with it. I've used one of these before, and I know that some of the reviews, people actually complain about this, but it's all in how you use it. You need to, not only do you need to cut into the cake the way this is showing, you need to actually turn your cake kind of into the blade at the same time, so that you don't basically tear up your cake while you're trying to drag that blade through it. And you kind of have to saw, but you have to be really careful as well. So it just takes a little bit of time. Turn the cake into the blade, and things work, and they go really, really super, super nice. So love that. And 50% off, so how can one complain about that? Yeah. You got icing bag ties. I mean, you can twist the end of your bag once you've put your icing in it and whatnot, and that's great. But, you know, your hands, you know, my hands get kind of tired. So an icing bag tie makes that a lot easier because it keeps the icing down where you need to. You don't have to constantly worry about twisting that tight and making sure it stays while you're squeezing your bag and icing your cake. So these work great, and they don't get overly dried out and crusty. They stay nice and moist, so that rubbery band part of it stays nice and stretchy, so that it does what it's supposed to do. And those are, where are you? $4.99, and there's 12 in there, so they're going to last for a while, and that's actually a really good price for those. So, and like I said, 30% off, so that helps. I also got a new set of tip covers, and these are silicone, and they actually help keep your icing fresh. Like I said, a lot of reviews I've seen on these as well lately, because I used to use these all the time, but lately people have complained that they don't stay on the tips, they slide off, they this, they that, blah, blah, blah. Well, because they are silicone, they move just a little bit. And as long as you've got that tip and you push that cover on there really nice, and as well, you know, if your tip is clean around the edges and stuff, you slide that on there, it will stay and they will not come off. And they do work, and they are great because it saves you on your buttercream, keeps things from getting all dried out and gross, and it's definitely worth the price. So, and those, I don't know, did I say how much those were? Tip covers. Where are you on the receipt? Wow, that's great. Right there, $6.49. So not really all that bad of a price because you get 2 big ones and 4 little ones. So not too bad. I also bought a flower lifter. I broke the last one I had, but I used it for a really long time. And they're still the same. They work great. They actually come apart. You just twist it completely open and lift it apart so that you can throw it in the dishwasher and only on the top shelf in the dishwasher. But the nice little angle on those keeps your fingers out of the icing when you're transferring your flowers and doing things like that. So super nice. And those were $3.49 for the flower lifter. And then I had to have some new spatulas because don't you know, if we're getting new tools, we're going to get all new tools. Because the husband just insisted, and since he insisted, let's do some cake, then all right, Goldie's going to take him up on it and say, all right, let's get some new tools. So I did. The ones that I have are like bent and twisted and just kind of in bad shape. So this is the 9-inch angled. There you go. Angle. 9-inch angled. Love that. Like I said, again, keeps your fingers out of everything, and when you're icing and doing different things, that is great for that. This is the 9-inch tapered, and all that means is just the tapered shape of the blade, and it is still angled. This blade actually comes in a flat as well. And then you've got your 13-inch angled, and it is great for icing and all kinds of things. So there's that. So let's see. 13-inch was $6.99, and the other two were $4.99 a piece. Now, like I said, all of those things, a grand total of about $66.18. And with a 30% off my entire order, or entire purchase, I was just like 40, what does that say? $46.33. So have to love that. Have to love that. Okay, also, one of the other things I purchased was the, if I can get it out here, the deluxe practice board. Really like this. I don't know if anybody's actually seen this or not. It's almost kind of hard to show. I almost don't have enough room here. Let's see if we can get some of this other stuff out of the way. So, there you go. Now you can see it. The deluxe practice board. This actually opens up so that one can put like the papers underneath so that you have something to practice on, and you actually pipe onto this surface. So you open it up. There you go. And all of these papers are here on the inside of this snazzy little tray. And they're, you know, pretty heavy, nice paper, and two-sided, and there are like, I think over 98 different patterns and shapes and designs so that you can practice. And you just take this, and it actually, you lift this up and slide it in underneath here, and then you can actually practice right on it. And the best part is it tells you what tip to use to make that pattern, and then it also has the angle that you should hold your bag and that sort of thing. So kind of snazzy. Was definitely worth the money. It was actually $29.99, and I had a 50% off coupon, so I used that. And it's actually, you know, fairly sturdy, really nice. It's got these nice little feet on it that keep it from sliding around. And the other thing that I forgot to show you is it actually has this little metal piece, little metal arm that pops down out of the back, and the fumbling is me and my fingernails, so bear with me for a second. This little metal piece pops down out of the back and sits in this tray so that you've got your different angles. So it stands right straight up, it lays down a little bit so that you can have that same angled feeling if you were, while you were decorating on your cake. Yeah, there you go, that was me. So there's that. And last but not least, I bought 2 new little cake pans today. This one is the 6 by 2 inch. And I got these today. Everything else came the other day. 6 inch by 2 inch. I think that's the only size that one actually comes in. And these are the Celebrate It. They are pure aluminum and they do not rust and they're super, super nice. You just want to be really careful with them because, you know, if you bang and slam or whatever, you'll dent them, which in turn puts a dent in your cake. So consequently, that's why I bought new ones, because mine are old and dented. And then this one is the 8 inch by 3 inch pan. So 3 inches instead of 2 inches. So that's the difference with that. Whereas a normal cake pan that you buy in the store is 8 inches, but it's only 2 inches deep. Now, the cool part about this is that if you want to do just a regular cake, you can still bake a regular, like a box mix. You can do a box mix, mix it the way it calls on or the directions tell you on the box. And when you are putting it in here, you want to go about a halfway full. You're still going to end up with some cake mix left over. If you don't want to throw that away, which is kind of a waste, that's where this little pan comes in, because that will make this about half full. So instead of fussing with doing cupcakes where maybe you might not have 6 full cupcakes, so it's like, why am I putting that pan in the oven? I don't know how many times I've been there and I think that. It's like, why am I wasting my time with that? This little pan kind of comes in handy for that. So I kind of like that idea. So, and then this one still, when it bakes, you're still got a high enough pan that you can cut that in half and put a little filling on the inside between the 2 layers, or just some icing or whatever, and still get yourself a nice, decent sized 2-layer cake out of that, instead of having to do, you know, 2 full 8-inch cakes or whatever. And then you get the cute little extra one to give to the hubby so he can be happy and have that. So that's what I'm gonna do. So that's, yeah, wow, that was a lot. I don't feel too bad though. I got a bunch of 50% offs and everything else was 30% off my total, so I feel okay about that. And I got some new toys to play with, and yeah, hubby's gonna be really happy because he gets cake. So I feel pretty good. Let me know what you think. If I do a really good job decorating, I'll share my cake with you so you can see how it turned out. So you guys have a good one, and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later. You have a good one. Bye.